Hello everybody, it's Therese Auliffe here again, offering you some angel guidance with the angel cards for the month of November 2019. And it really is a great pleasure for me to tune in and connect with the angels and take the messages through on their behalf for all of us. And of course November is a very special month, especially in the Christian tradition. So on the 1st of November we have traditionally what we know as All Saints, and it really comes from All Hallows, and Halloween night of course is the night that precedes that. And then we have our All Souls on the 2nd, and we usually have a mass on the 3rd as for the souls, you know, the souls of the departed. So for me November is a very special month where I just feel it's very easy to connect with the souls and to connect with our loved ones that have passed over, and also to receive guidance, you know, from the angels and from the saints and from all of our guides that we work with. So without further ado, I'd like to tune in and ask the angels. I'm holding a deck of cards in my hands here, and before I came on, I asked, of course, what is really important about this month, and I was given the information that during the month of November, it's a very special month for us to connect with our departed loved ones, but it's also a very special month for us to work with the energy of our own soul. So being able to take that time out, connect with the essence that's within us, that all-powerful essence, and to do it in a gentle way. You know, we just allow ourselves to release and let go once again of everything that's no longer serving us well, and open up to all possibilities. So we're almost in hibernation at this time of the year, you know, and allowing ourselves to really rejuvenate and to relax and to open to receiving. So that's the really big message, is to just be able to let go and be very open to receiving. So we'll just see now what the cards have to say for us. So I'm going to line up 4 cards. That's 2 straight away. So now we start with the first card, and it's the friendship card. So as I look at this card and I ask what this is really about, and it really is a time, you know, to put time aside to nurture our friendships, and to also be able to let go of any friendships that are really not serving us well anymore. So it's time to just to be selective, and it does feel like there's some change coming in for us, that we will understand our friendships in a much deeper way. But our friendship with ourselves and our relationship with ourselves is really necessary to have it healthy, so that we can understand and have healthy friendships with other people. It does feel like there are some more grown friends coming into our lives. So the more we grow ourselves, the more we connect with and are able to communicate with people of higher vibration. So really what the angels are saying is that it is a time to nurture those friendships, and to be able to spend a lot of time just looking at yourself and the friendships that you have at the moment, and to either do some work to make them really healthy, or to just let them fall away as the new begins to show itself to you. So, you know, always stay in the healthy relationships where people enthuse you and allow you to feel inspired, and you don't have to be in relationships with anybody that pull you down. And sometimes that's hard in the workplace, because you may have work colleagues, but the more you look after yourself and protect yourself and nurture yourself, the easier it is for you to attract high vibrational beings to yourself. And honestly, the others just tend to ignore you after a while, because they don't have anything in common with you, and you're not willing to listen to the victim stories and the complaining, so they just go and tell somebody else. So look after your friendships, nurture those that are healthy, and just be willing to let go of those that no longer serve you well. So then we come to the next card, and I have two cards together. So it's serenity and healing. So it really is a time for us to be able to do that inner work. And you know, you may like to go to a healer, or you may like to go out into nature, or you may like to take some workshop, something that you have been thinking about for a long time. You may like to take meditation classes. Whatever it is that feels right for you, that's what's right for you to do. But it is a time where great serenity is going to start seeping in for you. And this is that deepest inner peaceful feeling. And I'm just asking now, because it is a month for us to be able to heal, especially any relationships that need some healing and some nurturing. It's a time for us to take time out and to heal all those old wounds. So when we're actually doing maybe less outdoors or less physical work, especially here on this side of the world, it's a time where we tend to sit down and maybe light the fire and, you know, relax and chill out. It's a great opportunity for us to also, you know, do some work with a coach or a healer or a group that you would like to join, and really just be truthful with yourself, because once you're truthful with yourself and all those old feelings and thoughts come up for healing, to be able to work through them in a positive way and have that serenity drop in. And that's basically what it's saying. And the fourth card is freedom. So to be able to bear the truth and bear yourself. So being truthful to ourselves is just so important, and being truthful about situations is so important, that it gives you that feeling of freedom. And we all know that when you feel free, that your creativity soars. When your creativity soars, your purpose starts to really unfold, and you never really have to work another day in your life once that happens, because every day will be a day for you to enjoy and to just fulfill your soul's purpose, fulfill your dharma really for being here. So there's a very, very strong message in there that it's time for us to nurture the friendships, especially the friendship that we have with ourselves. So how do you actually treat yourself? That's a really big question. So it's time for you to treat yourself like you would treat your best friend. And this is what the angels are basically impressing on us, because if you want to have that inner peace and that calm and that serenity available to you at all times, you have to be truthful with yourself. And when you are truthful with yourself, so much comes up for healing. But it's actually easy to do the work if you make the conscious choice that you want to have that serenity, you want to have that freedom, you want to actually feel fulfilled in your life, you want to understand what your soul's purpose is. Just start getting quiet with yourself and building that trusting relationship with yourself and following through. So it's really, really important that you follow through. You know, I have so many people coming to me for healing and for coaching, or maybe in the groups that I run. And what I notice is that a lot of people would connect with and understand some pieces of their journey, and then it feels a bit daunting and they don't all follow through. Those that do have the rewards fairly instantly, and those that don't usually come back a while later and then begin to follow through. So let's cut through the chase and just, you know, deliberately challenge ourselves to be able to be the best that we can be. Okay, not better than anybody else, just the best that we can be, you know. And that is something that I would regularly say to myself: how can I do my best today? You know, what have I got to offer that's going to offer the best of me? And it's when I'm truthful about that, that's when my days are really, really happy and really smooth and really flow very well. So I want to ask Archangel Michael. You know, anyone that knows me know that I really love Archangel Michael. Like, integrated energy therapy is my baby, and of course Archangel Michael is one of the angels that we work with in that modality as well. And he's been working with me personally for the last few months, helping me to also let go of the old attachments and the old ways of thinking and the old ways of being, because we're all moving up a level, you know, and it's really, really important. It's not a win-win, because it's a journey, and the journey is continuous, but it just gets more exciting and it just gets easier. So Archangel Michael's card, whoops, sorry, off the camera. Archangel Michael card says a favorable outcome. Thank you for the beautiful outcome to this situation, which is perfect and fair for everyone involved. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me trust and have faith. So there's a trust coming up again. So there may be a particular situation that you're involved in right now, and Archangel Michael is assuring you that the outcome is favorable. So, you know, it's just, and it's just as if now. So you're thanking him in advance. So you're connecting with the energy of it having happened already. And that's really, really nice, because it's thanking Archangel Michael for this favorable outcome and for everybody involved. So it's all tying in. So, you know, the friendships are either getting healthy, they're getting healthy anyway, because if they're not for you anymore and they're not serving you well anymore, they're not helping you to raise your vibration, they're not conducive to your overall well-being, it's just a matter of surrendering and letting them go. Because if you surrender them in the arms of love, there won't be any pain in letting relationships go. It's when we resist. It's like if we flow with the current of the river, it all runs smoothly. Whereas if we try to push upstream against the river, we have terrible resistance. So he's saying the very same thing to us. So we'll ask Archangel Michael in to cut all those unhealthy connections and to protect us while we're doing so, and thank him then for a favorable outcome. So if we thank the angel in advance, it's aligning us to that solution. So it's solution focused. Again, you know, for me, I always like to see what Archangel is in to really work with us for the month ahead. So I am asking for the month of November. Of course, there are many, many angels working with us. And of course, our guardian angels are here humming around us, letting us know what's happening at all times. And it's just for us to slow down and to pick it up and then follow through on whatever information we've been given. But there's always a particular angel if we have different challenges. And the month of November, from what I'm being told, is about sorting out our relationships, starting with the relationship with ourselves. So it's really that friendship, and it's about treating ourselves and others really, really kindly, so that that sense of freedom and serenity comes through. So now, who's going to help us to do that? Obviously, we have connected with Michael, and he's telling us that it's a favorable outcome. And now we're going to ask for what angel we're to connect with to help us to carry out our tasks, really. Okay, so the cards are sticking a little. Okay, so it's Ariel. Would you believe that? Isn't that just brilliant? So Ariel, of course, is also the coordinator of the Integrated Energy Therapy, the IET. She's also the angel that looks after nature, you know. And for me, I often wondered, I suppose, why I'm just so attracted to being out in nature and how it really makes me feel cleansed from inside out, and where I get a lot of my inspired ideas from is when I'm out in nature. And I worked with Angel Ariel, of course, working with clients for the healing purposes with IET. And today she's telling us that the month of November is an abundant month. So she's saying your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So really what she's saying is we don't have to worry. It's prosperity. Okay, so prosperity comes in so many forms. When we feel that sense of fulfillment, it's a feeling of prosperity. And obviously in the financial area, we always think about prosperity. So just having enough money and having enough kindness towards others, and having kindness coming to us, having compassion, having the fulfillment, having that serene feeling in our hearts, that's all prosperous. Okay, so for us to work with beautiful angel Ariel this month, so I would really encourage you to connect with Ariel in the month of November. And this for me is, of course, an angel that I'm working with all day, every day. And I'm never too far away from asking Ariel, what's next? What do I do now? How do I do that? Tell me again. You know, when you hear those buzzings in your ear and you don't really get it, you just ask to just lower the vibration. Tell me it in a different way. I need to understand this. But Ariel is our angel for the month of November. So for us to be able to really ask Ariel for the help, because we will be given action steps and Ariel is there to lend us a helping hand. Now, our children. I always take a card for the children, and I do have one other card that I want to draw after the children's card. And okay, so the angels are also showing me that there's like an offering for us. So I'm just seeing like a hand stretch out with a, it's like in the shape of a rectangle, but it feels like it's a gift. So it's something that's being handed to us in the month of November. So once we actually really do connect with our heart, do connect with Ariel and your guardian angel, there is a gift that's there for you. And I'm asking for our children. And of course, November is a beautiful month for the children, the month before Santa, and also just when Halloween has just passed. But keeping our children safe and offering them a little guidance and giving them the freedom to be is really important. And this card is sharing. Okay, share with others today so that your angels can share with you. Say to yourself, when I share, more comes to me. So that's a beautiful little card for our children. So encouraging the children to share, you know, and I remember Barney, when I was a child, used to say sharing is caring, and it's something that I still think about. Sharing really is caring, and encouraging our children to share, so that the energy of sharing just comes in and meets our child. So the angels will share with your children all the ideas, all the inspiration. They're just getting into the vibration of sharing, because the universe will share with you, you know, once you're in that vibration. So encouraging the children to share, maybe their toys or their sweets, or for you to share your time with the children and your children to share some time with you, share their stories, you know, their ideas. And you'll be very surprised if you sit down and share time with the children. And for me now, at the moment, my children are grown up, but I do have 3 beautiful grandchildren, and to be able to share some precious time with them is just heart-opening. You know, it really is, because it's very different when you don't have the responsibility or having to be awake at night, you know, with your children. You're able to spend more quality time and just see things, I suppose, from older, wiser eyes than I had when I had my own children as young children. And just to wrap up this reading for the month of November, I got a lovely new set of cards, and I've had them on my little altar to energize them, and they're the Power of Surrender cards. So I'm just going to take one card from this deck. So it's a spiritual deck of cards. I'm just going to call them angel cards, but it's a spiritual deck of cards. So I just felt guided to buy this deck of cards and to use them. So I'm just going to take one. Okay, so I'm just seeing what's here for us. So it says, surrender your need to always be right. This is a really big one for us here as humans, because we're so conditioned, you know, to be right. I'm right and you're wrong, you know. So for us to be able to surrender that, and to be able to just sit back and maybe even give a bit of consideration that maybe this time we're not actually right, or does it actually matter? Give others the gift of letting them be right. By yielding, not rigid, this will help resolve conflict and improve your relationships. So there's so much in around relationships this month, and it's just to take your time and, you know, instead of being right, be kind. And that's what I'm going to leave you with. Be kind. God bless you, and thank you for joining me for this reading and this little bit of guidance for the month of November. And you know that I'm always available for personal healing, both online, distant healing, which I've been doing quite a bit of work with. Also, I'm available in County Wicklow in Ireland, and I'm available in Dublin, and on my website www.lightingtheways.com. you will find information on all of the courses that I run, and all of the groups and all of the bits and pieces that I do working with the angels to help bring healing and love and joy to your life. Thank you. Namaste.